Chapter 1. The Clock That Never Stops. Have you ever looked at the time and felt like it was laughing at you? Picture this. It's 11:47 p.m. Your laptop is still open. Your phone buzzes with unread messages. Your to-do list is half checked. And your mind racing. You whisper to yourself, "Where did the day go? That was me. That was you. That was all of us at some point." We live in a world obsessed with speed. More meetings, more tasks, more goals. But what if I told you time management isn't about doing more? It's about doing what matters. We don't need more hours. We need more clarity, more courage, more intention. Let me tell you about Sarah. Sarah was a high-performing executive. She had calendars, planners, apps, but she was exhausted. Her days were full, but her soul was empty. Until one day her mentor asked, "Are you managing your time, or is your time managing you?" That question cracked something open. Sarah began tracking not just what she did, but how it made her feel. She started saying no. She started blocking time for rest, reflection, and joy. And slowly, her life changed. Not because she worked harder, but because she worked wiser. Have you ever felt busy, but not fulfilled? Here's the truth. Time management isn't about control. It's about alignment. It's asking what matters most, what drains me, what deserves my attention. In this talk, we're going to master time. Not with hacks, but with heart. We'll explore how to prioritize with purpose, how to protect your energy, how to design a life that feels spacious, even when it's full. So if you've ever felt like time is slipping through your fingers, this is for you. In Chapter 2, we'll explore the myth of not enough time and why the real issue is often deeper. Ready to reclaim your hours? Let's go. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the channel to watch new videos every day. Chapter 2. The Myth of Not Enough Time. Have you ever said, "I don't have time," and then spent an hour scrolling your phone? Let's talk about the lie, the one we tell ourselves, the one we whisper when we feel overwhelmed. "I just don't have time." But here's the truth. You don't lack time. You lack clarity. Let me tell you about David. David was a young father, a startup founder, and a part-time student. He was drowning. He missed workouts. He skipped date nights. He forgot birthdays. He kept saying, "I wish I had more hours in the day," until one day his coach asked him to do something radical, track every minute of his day for a week. And what he found shocked him. 2 hours on email, 1.5 hours on social media, 45 minutes deciding what to eat, 1 hour rewatching old YouTube clips. David wasn't out of time. He was leaking it. Have you ever felt busy, but couldn't explain what you actually did? Here's the truth. Time doesn't disappear. It gets traded for distractions, indecision, and avoidance. Think about Warren Buffett. He's famous for saying the difference between successful people and really successful people is that really successful people say no to almost everything. Think about J.K. Rowling. She wrote Harry Potter as a single mom on a tight schedule. She didn't wait for perfect conditions. She carved out imperfect moments. Time mastery begins with honesty. Not with apps, not with planners, with truth. So the next time you say, "I don't have time," ask yourself, what am I choosing instead? Because every minute is a vote. And your life is the sum of those votes. In Chapter 3, we'll explore how to prioritize with purpose and why not everything deserves your attention. Ready to choose what truly matters? Let's go. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the channel to watch new videos every day. Chapter 3. The Power of Prioritization. Choosing what truly matters. Have you ever finished a busy day and realized you didn't touch the one thing that actually mattered? Let's talk about priorities, not just tasks. I mean values. I mean the things that move your life forward, not just sideways. Because here's the truth. You can't do everything, and you shouldn't try. Let me tell you about Anya. Anya was a project manager at a fast-growing tech company. Her calendar was a battlefield. Back-to-back meetings, Slack messages, emails, deadlines. She was efficient, but exhausted. She was productive, but disconnected, until one day her mentor asked, "What's the one thing you could do today that would make everything else easier or unnecessary?" That question changed her life. Anya began using the one thing method. Each morning she asked, what's my highest impact task today? She blocked time for it, protected it like gold, and let the rest fall into place. Her stress dropped, her results soared, her joy returned. Have you ever let urgency override importance? Here's the truth. Not everything deserves your time. Not every email needs a reply. Not every opportunity is aligned. Think about Steve Jobs. He said, deciding what not to do is as important as deciding what to do. Think about Marie Kondo. She built a global movement by asking one simple question. Does this spark joy? Time mastery is not about doing more. It's about doing what matters most. So the next time you feel overwhelmed, pause, ask yourself, what's essential? What's noise? What's aligned with my future? Because every yes is a no to something else, and your time is too precious to waste on what doesn't move you forward. In Chapter 4, we'll explore how to design your day with intention and why rituals are more powerful than routines. Ready to build a life that flows, not just functions? Let's go. Chapter 4, Designing Your Day, Rituals Over Routines. Have you ever reached the end of the day and felt like you were just reacting the whole time? Let's talk about rhythm, not just routines. I mean rituals. The intentional moments that anchor your day. The practices that remind you who you are. Because here's the truth. Time mastery isn't about rigidity. It's about flow. Let me tell you about Hannah. Hannah was a freelance writer. Her days were chaotic. She'd wake up late, scroll her phone, rush into deadlines, crash into exhaustion. She felt like she was surviving her schedule, not shaping it. Until one day she read a quote, if you win the morning, you win the day. So Hannah created a morning ritual. Wake at 6:30 a.m., stretch for 5 minutes, journal for 10, write for 90 minutes. No distractions. It wasn't perfect, but it was hers. And slowly her life changed. She felt grounded, focused, alive. Have you ever felt like your day owns you instead of the other way around? Here's the truth. Routines are mechanical. Rituals are meaningful. Think about monks. They don't just wake up early. They begin with silence, breath, intention. Think about athletes. They don't just train. They warm up with purpose. They visualize. They prepare mentally. Designing your day means asking, what energizes me? What drains me? What I want to feel, not just finish. That is emotional. It's spiritual. It's personal. So the next time you plan your day, don't just list tasks, design moments, create anchors, build rituals. Because when your day has rhythm, your life has harmony. In Chapter 5, we'll explore how to pitch your time and why boundaries are the secret weapon of high performers. Ready to guard your hours like gold? Let's go. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the channel to watch new videos every day. Chapter 5. Guarding your time. Boundaries are your superpower. Have you ever said "IS" and immediately regretted it? Let's talk about boundaries, not walls, not rejection. I mean the sacred lines that protect your energy, your focus, your life. Because here's the truth. If you don't set boundaries, the world will set them for you. Let me tell you about Min. Min was a kind soul. He helped everyone. He answered texts at midnight. He said yes to every favor. He showed up exhausted. He thought being available made him valuable, but it made him invisible. Until one day, his mentor said, Min, your time is your life. Stop giving it away like it's free. That hit hard. So Min made a shift. He started saying no. He blocked time for deep work. He stopped apologizing for protecting his peace. And guess what? People respected him more. His work improved. His joy returned. Have you ever felt guilty for saying no? Here's the truth. No is not rejection. It's direction. Think about Oprah. She said, you get in life what you have the courage to ask for and the courage to say no to. Think about successful CEOs. They don't attend every meeting. They delegate. They protect their decision-making energy. Time mastery requires boundaries. It's saying, I don't take calls before 10. I don't check email on weekends. I don't say yes out of guilt. Because every yes costs something, and your time is too precious to spend on what doesn't serve your purpose. So the next time someone asks for your time, pause. Ask yourself, is this aligned or is this a distraction? Because boundaries aren't selfish, they are sacred. In Chapter 6, we'll explore how to manage energy, not just time, and why your calendar should reflect your capacity, not just your commitments. Ready to stop burning out and start showing up fully? Let's go. Chapter 6, Managing Energy, not just time. Have you ever had a free afternoon, but no energy to do anything with it? Let's talk about energy, not just caffeine levels. I mean, emotional bandwidth, mental clarity, creative fire. Because here's the truth. Time is fixed. Energy is fluid. Let me tell you about Chloe. Chloe was a marketing strategist. Her calendar looked perfect. Color-coded, balanced, optimized. But she was burned out. She'd hit 2 p.m. and crash. She'd stare at her screen, unable to think. She blamed her schedule until she realized, it's not my time that's broken, it's my energy. So Chloe began tracking her energy levels. She noticed patterns. Mornings, all out creative. Afternoon, wow, admin. Evenings, what, reflection. She redesigned her day around her energy, not her availability. And everything changed. Her work improved. Her stress dropped. Her joy returned. Have you ever tried to force productivity when your brain was begging for a break? Here's the truth. Time management without energy awareness is like driving a car with no fuel gauge. Think about Tony Schwartz, author of The Power of Full Engagement. He says, manage energy, not time, is the key to high performance. Think about elite performers. They don't just train hard. They recover hard. They protect their peak hours. Time mastery means asking, when do I feel most alive? What drains me fastest? What rhythms support my best work? So the next time you plan your day, don't just ask, what do I need to do? Ask, when am I best equipped to do it? Because when you honor your energy, you don't just get more done, you feel more alive doing it. In Chapter 7, we'll explore how technology can serve your time, not steal it, and why digital boundaries are essential in a distracted world. Ready to reclaim your focus? Let's go. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the channel to watch new videos every day. Chapter 7, Digital Discipline, Reclaiming Focus in a Distracted World. Have you ever picked up your phone to check one thing and looked up an hour later, wondering what happened? Let's talk about distraction, not just noise. I mean the invisible thief of your time, the endless scroll, the dopamine hits, the illusion of productivity. Because here's the truth, technology isn't the enemy, but your relationship with it might be. Let me tell you about Tuan. Tuan was a content creator. He lived online, notifications, comments, metrics. He told himself it was work, but deep down, he knew he was addicted to reaction, not creation. Until one day, he read a quote, if you don't control your attention, someone else will. So Tuan made a radical shift. He turned off all non-essential notifications. He scheduled deep work blocks, phone in another room. He used apps to limit social media time. He created before consuming. And guess what? His creativity exploded. His anxiety dropped. His time came back. Have you ever felt mentally exhausted without doing anything meaningful? Here's the truth. Your attention is your most valuable currency, and every click is a transaction. Think about Cal Newport, author of Digital Minimalism. He says, clarity about what matters provides clarity about what doesn't. Think about successful creators. They don't just post. They protect their process. They guard their focus. Time mastery in the digital age means asking, what apps serve me? What apps sedate me? What boundaries do I need to stay present? So the next time you reach for your phone, pause. Ask yourself, am I escaping or engaging? Because your screen isn't just a tool, it's a mirror. And what you do with it reflects how you value your time. In Chapter 8, we'll explore how to align your time with your values and why living intentionally is the ultimate form of time mastery. Ready to live on purpose? Let's go. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the channel to watch new videos every day. Chapter 8, Time and Values, Living on Purpose. Have you ever been busy all day and still felt like you didn't move forward? Let's talk about alignment, not just productivity. I mean purpose, the invisible compass that guides your decisions. The quiet voice that asks, is this who I want to be? Because here's the truth. Time mastery isn't just about doing things right. It's about doing the right things Let me tell you about Lynn. Lynn was a lawyer, successful, respected, busy, but she felt disconnected. Her calendar was full, but her heart was empty. Until one day she asked herself, if I keep living like this, will I become the person I admire? That question shook her. So Lynn did something bold. She took a weekend retreat alone. She journaled, reflected, asked hard questions, and she realized she valued creativity, connection, and impact. But her time was spent on control, competition, and survival. So she made changes. She blocked time for painting. She volunteered once a week. She started saying no to work that didn't align. Her income dipped. Her joy soared. Have you ever felt like your calendar doesn't reflect your soul? Here's the truth. Your time is your vote, and every hour you spend is shaping your identity. Think about Viktor Frankl, author of Man's Search for Meaning. He said, life is never made unbearable by circumstances, but only by lack of meaning and purpose. Think about people who radiate peace. They don't have perfect schedules. They have aligned ones. Time mastery means asking, what do I value most? Does my time reflect that? What needs to shift? So the next time you plan your week, don't just list tasks, list values. Design around them, live by them. Because when your time reflects your truth, your life becomes a masterpiece. In Chapter 9, we'll explore how to master long-term time through vision, planning, and legacy. Ready to think beyond today and build a future that matters. Let's go. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the channel to watch new videos every day. Chapter 9, Thinking Long-Term, Building the Future That Matters. Have you ever felt stuck in the day-to-day and forgotten the bigger picture? Let's talk about vision, not goals, not tasks. I mean a deep, soul-level clarity about where you're headed, the kind that makes your time feel sacred. Because here's the truth, if you don't know where you're going, every road looks tempting. Let me tell you about Daniel. Daniel was a talented designer. He worked hard, took on every project, said yes to every client, but he felt scattered. He was growing, but not in the direction he wanted. Until one day, he asked himself, what do I want my life to look like in 5 years? That question changed everything. Daniel created a vision board. He wrote a future bio. He mapped out his ideal week. And then he reverse engineered his time. He stopped taking projects that didn't align. He blocked time for learning new skills. He built a portfolio that reflected his future, not just his past. Have you ever felt like you're working hard, but not moving forward? Here's the truth. Time mastery isn't just about efficiency. It's about treachery. Think about Elon Musk. He doesn't just plan for quarters. He plans for decades. Think about authors. They don't just write chapters. They outline the arc. Your time today is a brick, and your future is the building. So the next time you plan your week, ask, is this moving me toward my vision? Is this building the life I want, or just maintaining the one I have? Because when you think long-term, your short-term becomes powerful. In Chapter 10, we'll bring it all together and explore how time mastery becomes a lifestyle, a mindset, and a quiet revolution. Ready to live every hour with intention. Let's finish strong. Chapter 10, The Time Mastery Mindset, Living Every Hour with Intention. What if I told you that the way you spend your time is the way you shape your soul? Let's talk about legacy, not just achievements. I mean the quiet impact of how you live, the way you showed up, the way you made others feel, the way you honored your time. Because here's the truth, time mastery isn't a skill. It's a lifestyle. It's a mindset. It's a revolution. Let me tell you about KaKenSu. He wasn't born organized. He wasn't naturally disciplined. But he made a decision to live with intention. He didn't just plan his days. He designed his life. He aligned his calendar with his values. He protected his energy like treasure. He said no with grace. He said yes with clarity. And slowly, he became a time master. Not because he did everything, but because he did the right things. Have you ever looked back at a week and wondered where it went? Here's the truth. Time mastery isn't about squeezing more in. It's about letting more meaning out. Think about monks. They live slowly, but deeply. Think about artists. They lose track of time because they're in flow. Think about you. Every time you choose presence over pressure, every time you choose depth over distraction, every time you choose alignment over approval, you're mastering time. So as we close this journey, I invite you to ask, what does a time mastered look like for me? What rhythms honor my soul? What boundaries protect my peace? What legacy am I building hour by hour? Because the most powerful life isn't the busiest. It's the most intentional, and time is not your enemy, it's your canvas. So Kelvin, what will you paint with your next hour?